We're back. I haven't shaved. I have a cold. So you're getting me at my best right now. I'm Tanner, one of
I
the
also haven't
editors.
shaved.
I'm Tanner, one of the editors at Common Sense Education. That's Chrissy. We come at you every Tuesday, supposedly, to give you reviews that we've been doing over on commonsense.org/education. It's a free site where you get reviews of ed tech. Chrissy, you've got something for us today that you want to talk about. What is it? Dazzle us.
Well, Tanner, it is Guru. Am I going to ask you to join a cult today? Nobody knows. It's a mystery. We're going to find out. But let's get into it. All right. Here's our review of Guru. It's free. Let's just go ahead and lead with that. For individual teachers, Guru is free. And I just clicked off the review. Here we go. You can see it got 4 stars, and we recommend it for 5th through 12th, give or take. And the top line information is that it is a lesson resource activity hub of gargantuan proportions that is sourced from all over the World Wide Web. And you can then find what you need to differentiate, to assign to a whole class. And there is a dashboard via which you can assign lessons, activities, etc. to students.
So these are the highly touted OER resources, open educational resources. Is that what they do? I hear people talk about these things.
Yes, it is yet another acronym that teachers have to know and deal with, OER. And yes, I would say it is an open educational resource in that it's entirely free, and you can get tons of resources from it. Here's a little added bonus, however, than just a receptacle. It also offers what it calls the GPS for learning, in that it gets a little bit more personalized in terms of student progress and the activities and lessons that it will recommend to then assign based on what a student is encountering and doing on the platform. First, there's something called Navigator. You can see there are a lot of layers, so this can get a little confusing, which is one of the reasons that it didn't get 5 stars, because there's a lot to sort through here. Let me break it down. Navigator is just for math. So it has a personalized learning solution for math courses that students can work through, self-paced. And again, it's only for math, this one area on the platform. And you can see when you click through, comprehensive math course from grade 2 through high school. And it has lots of different resources that you can then use and assign with students. So games and assessments, interactives, and you can see down here where these things are sourced from. So this is not original content. These are things that they have collected: simulations, text, websites, and videos. So it's not all static content, which is great. There are things that kids can interact with and do, and it's varied, which is really helpful. But again, the Navigator is just for math. If you then click into the learning object repository, which
Another acronym.
Yes, but it also sounds mysterious, like you have to take a tunnel or something to get there, which I love.
I'm getting flashbacks to when I worked for the Department of Defense, and it was just a sea of things like this. Just everything was acronymized.
We have to put a pin in that you work for the DoD, because we may need to revisit that at a later time.
That was
I didn't know that.
People don't know we were just at a week-long retreat with a
Yes.
lot of activities, a whole week's of
Yes.
worth of activities, and we had to do fun facts. So I pulled out that one for my fun fact at our table, because
Well,
that's,
I
I think,
wasn't at your table, was I?
something something very few people know about me.
Did you have your finger on the button of anything important?
Thankfully not. They did an initial assessment, like, get this guy's fingers away from every button available.
Well, listen, you have ascended and now can witness the learning object repository, which perhaps is more secret and exclusive than the DoD. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but
Oh god.
um
Oh god. There's more. Wait. Scroll up.
yes. Yes. Look, Lord of the Rings equals
LA, Los
I don't
Angeles Clippers.
yep, plus the Common Sense Acronym Party. And here we go. So they have curated activities for personalization, CAP. They have the Learning Activities Catalog, LAC. And then that is all a part of the lore.
Wait,
Um,
I just had a memory resurface from my days in the Department of Defense. I think CAP is Combat Air Patrol, I believe.
oh
So
my God.
yeah, that one's taken.
Well, learning and growing. Listen, there's a lot happening, but let's watch those numbers move again because that also is oh, they didn't move. Okay. Well, we get it's a one shot. It's available in multiple languages. There are lots of resources, I should say, that are available in multiple languages, which is really helpful. Aligned with standards, etc. So there's a ton of stuff. So let's say you want to create a free teacher account and get to using it. You can see my class is named Nipsey Russell Studies, so it's very important. And I don't have any activities scheduled for the day, but if I wanted to look around, you can browse extensive content catalogs. And I need to, nope,
And
I
these
have
are
something.
user created catalogs.
There are user created and platform created catalogs, both. So you can click into a whole bunch. What I'm trying to do right now is actually just be able to click on the more. Here we go. Show more results. That's all I wanted to do. Is that so hard, Guru? No. Um, so yes, you can see there are actual school created repositories, but then there are things like the California Academy of Sciences. So you can click into all of those things. You can, of course, just search in the Lord of the Rings learning object repository and try to find things that you want to use. And you can also create your own, which you curate and bring in things that you've already created, etc. Um, and then you can take your students on a learning journey, unlike any that they have encountered before. If you go to the teacher dashboard here, if I imported students, you can share a class code so that they can join. They don't have to have a login, which is really helpful. You don't have to keep track of all that. And you can track their progress and what they're doing. So I think the main thing that I want to highlight is that this isn't a resource that you necessarily want to use abundantly because likely some of these curated resources, what you will encounter, you'll encounter some broken links, you'll encounter some real duds because these are things that are just, curated from the internet at large. So try to pick through and find the things that are useful and also engaging, um, and that will move your kids forward, meeting them where they are, etc. That's going to take some time and footwork on your part, and then using it extensively would probably result in a little bit of burnout. So it's really recommended more for really differentiated, targeted use. But the great thing is that you don't necessarily have to create everything from scratch. And there are the interactive video-based, more engaging, a little more pep in your step sort of resources than here's some worksheets. Just do some, do these worksheets until you're up to speed and take this quiz. So for all of those reasons, I think you should join this cult, and make Gooru something that you put all of your faith in and give it all your money, except it's free, so you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
That's my pitch.
This is a
Gooru.
site that is attempting to wrangle these OER resources, and I just want to put up my banner once again because I spelled it wrong the first time. So this is justice for me personally, but this has been a concern. People keep talking about there's so much OER out there. How do we find it all? I think Gooru is one of two maybe go-to places to try and wrangle these things and sequence them and assign them out. And from what we've seen on our end, math and science really seem to be the best subjects for this. There was a lot of funding early on to develop that content, and a lot of those providers you see on Gooru are things we've reviewed pretty highly. People like FET and the Concord Consortium, and Cal Academy are all very high quality. So you can probably put together some good journeys that you then just recycle. You put a lot of work up front, recycle them, and make use of all of this free content out there. So make sure to read that review over on commonssense.org/education. And of course, join us every Tuesday. And to do that, it's best to like, subscribe, throw a comment.
Tell your friends.
Yeah, tell people too. We'll see you next week.